Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. Why am I smiling? One, mainly because I sold a lot of my holdings before markets starting to tank. And now I'm in a better position to go shopping and buy things at a cheaper price, just like DPST last Thursday. And second, because I kicked somebody's butt in pickleball today. Believe it or not, a friend of a friend is like, so our friends has a sister, younger sister, and that's her boyfriend, out of nowhere said, oh, I could beat Ernie in pickleball. And I'm like, you've never seen me play. So why do you exactly think that you're gonna beat me? It was like, oh, I'm much, much older than him and I'm slow and this and that. He got a new paddle, blah, blah, blah. So after communicating and talking to each other, we finally made a bet that we're going to play 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3, 11-point pickleball match. And the the winner gets to choose a steakhouse. Doesn't matter what the price is within DFW, and the loser has to pay. And my wife, who's more compassionate than I am, she was like, it could be our friends, like brother-in-law. Don't be mean. Even if you win, don't go to an expensive place. But me, being an opportunist, and then that's what you need to be if you're in the stock market. When something crashes like DPST, you go scoop them up and make boatload of money. I found out that there's a steakhouse called Georgie's in downtown Dallas that has Australian Wagyu steak for $695. So that's how I'm going to take him so that he learns his lesson not to trash talk somebody. And why did I make this bet? Because I knew going in. My friend watched him play. It was like, nah, I think you could pickle him. Pickle meaning the opponent doesn't even get to score any points. So he thinks he sucked. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm definitely going to make this bet. Why am I talking about this? One, because I want to brag, and just in case he's watching. And number two, these are some of the stupid things that I used to do growing up. What are other stupid things? I mean, luckily, I never gambled. Luckily, I never used any drugs. Luckily, I never smoked because my dad used to smoke and I hated that smell. But compared to some of my friends who do a lot of these, they're spending so much money. Like pack of cigarette back then, I think it was like $3. And in New York City, at one point, it was like $11 per pack. He smoked like 1.5 packs a day. Amount of money you'll be wasting, not to mention your future medical bills, was enormous when you have bad habits. And I had another bad habits. Always getting peach Snapple iced tea. I was addicted to it. I used to buy it multiple times a day. And now all I do is big bottle of water, and this is what I drink. And somebody might be saying, hey, how do you stay awake? You get enough sleep, then you get to stay awake. But a lot of these bad habits were costing me a lot of money and preventing me from building wealth. And that guy, his name is Johnny, by the way, yeah, just in case you're watching, he's going to lose about probably $700 or $800 because he lost this stupid bet. And the funny part is, you know how there's like a revenge investing? Like you lose money, so you feel like you need to double down on it. Hopefully you'll be able to make the money back, and then you lose even more money. That's exactly what this guy did. He was so humiliated. So it was 11-0. So the first game was 11-0. He served, didn't win any points. I served, and I won 11 straight points. That's what we consider golden pickle. And then second game, it was 9-2. And then, of course, I started trash talking. And I'm like, man, I thought you know how to play. Like, you play like you just like study playing, whatever. I was just trash talking him. So that the mental game, like I start crushing that too. And I ended up winning 11-2. Despite that, he said, I want a rematch in 2 months. So first Wednesday of January, we're going to go play again. And I told him, sushi restaurant of my choice if I win, and I'm only going to eat Toro. Toro is the fatty tuna, right? They don't even have price on it. It says market price because sometimes 3-4 pieces of it will be like $60, $70. And he agreed. So these bad habits sometimes will cost you a lot of money. That includes, again, smoking, drinking coffee outside, or like me back then, drinking hot chocolate all the time, getting Snapple iced tea all the time. Doing dumb things cost me a lot of money. If I hadn't done all of that, I think I would have at least $1 million more, $2 million more. Another bad thing that people do, buy lottery tickets. Yes, I do it from time to time when the jackpot goes to $1 billion or $1 billion just in case. But I know so many people throw money in there. And over a course of their lifetime, you'd be surprised how much money they could have accumulated if they just invested rather than buying a lotto ticket. So if you're someone that just started working, maybe in your teens, 20s, or 30s, you need to learn how to invest and how to take care of your money, your personal finance. How do you minimize your tax burden? Just imagine every single day you work, you give 30% to IRS. But if you have the right strategy in place, you could be keeping most of it, most of that 30%. Maybe you only give them less than 10%. But in order to do that type of tax strategy, you need to learn about taxes, investing, personal finance. And this book actually talks a lot about that, right? There's bonds, how to contribute as much as possible in 401k. How do you have a short-term rental so that you can do cost segregation studies and figure things out so that you'll be able to pay less. There are just so many things that our school education system, even jobs, don't teach us. So you need to learn how to manage your money so that, and also change your habits so that you'll be able to save a lot more every single week or every single month and enjoy a beautiful house like this, as well as enjoy your retirement in your 40s so that you don't become a slave to your job until you're 65. That is really miserable. I mean, my knees are aching from playing today, and just imagine you trying to enjoy time in your 50s or 60s or 70s. Oh, that's too late. So learn to invest, take care of your personal finance so that you'll be able to enjoy life. And of course, if you play pickleball with me, we need to make a bet, but hopefully you don't do stupid things like my friend does and going to lose close to $1,500 over 2 meals because his ego, as well as he made a poor decision to play a pickleball match without knowing how well I play or how much better I play compared to him, and just waste money down the toilet when he might not actually be financially well off. Again, good habits, building really good habits or getting rid of really bad habits, and then learning to invest and taking care of your personal finance. And I'm sure by the time you'll be able to reach $20,000, $30,000 in capital, you're gonna find my other videos about leveraging options so useful that you might be able to retire. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.